it's me, Renee. I'm back. So today I'm here for another tag. When I said this 2 weeks gonna be a lot of videos, what I meant was a lot of tags. Hey, a lot of tags. Often tags are fun, great way of expressing yourself. And there's been a lot of tags I want to do that I haven't done yet. So yeah, here's another tag. So this is the Black Lives Matter tag. It was created actually 3 years ago. So before this whole thing like blew off, but of course Black Lives Matter has been a thing for a while now. I suppose it kind of became a recent thing after Trayvon Martin in 2015. I'm gonna double check that, but yeah. Uh, this tag was created by Ken Lorenz. I don't really think she makes videos anymore, but this video is still up. You can still go and check it out. I'll link it down below, of course. And yeah, it takes Black Lives Matter issues and connects them with books. It's the Black Lives Matter book tag, so kind of logical. And if you're feeling like maybe you're feeling tired or something, and you're thinking, this is maybe a heavy tag or heavy topic, well, no, but because with this tag, you don't have to like have lots of eloquent thoughts or ideas. It's more like she takes the ideas of Black Lives Matter and then takes them to down to earth, takes them to a level that's very available, accessible. Not that Black Lives Matter it's so hard to understand. Of course, it's not. But yeah, so this is a good tag to promote that in a way, I suppose, because it shows that Black Lives Matter can be thought of in a lot of ways. Can be a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm rambling now. Let's start. For some reason, my voice is going weird, and I'm planning to film a lot today, so yay. But yeah, let's start. So the first question is not a moment, a movement. You know, because of it's not a moment in time, Trayvon Martin. It's definitely not a moment in time now, just because George Martin was killed and a lot of riots started because of that. Some people seem to think that, okay, it's been months now, it's been weeks, we can just let it die down. No, we can't. It's still an issue, it's still important. You should still help black businesses, you should still help black voices in any way you can. By doing book tags like this one, by reading black books, non-fiction and fiction, by educating yourself, you should still do that even though it's not trendy or it's not as in the moment as it was. Well, I would say it's still in the moment, but yeah. So yeah, this first question, it's pick a book that's changed your life, it was life-changing and really affected you. And with this one, I'm gonna go for, it's actually quite relevant actually also to the topic. It's Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. I read it a few weeks ago now. Time flies. I have a review up on it, and yeah, I read this in one sitting. Yeah, in one sitting actually. I read it during nights when I was supposed to be sleeping. I couldn't put it away because it was so fascinating and so intriguing and so captivating. And it's raw, but it's fun and funny and romantic and it's everything. And it's definitely a book everyone should read. And I definitely understand very well why it's so loved and beloved. I suppose it's the same thing. And I think it's probably fun as a modern classic, and I really understand why that is. And check this one out. If you haven't, come on, what are you doing with your life? Yeah. So the next, sorry, the next prompt is prompt question. Is prompts only for video fonts, or can you do prompts in tags? I don't know. Okay. The next point is a book that defined you or helped you see in a different light. So yeah, I suppose I wasn't that good with writing stuff down, but I'll write it all down in a W, so you'll see the whole eloquent speech of the tiger, of the original creator, how she wrote it all down, because I felt she did very well. Sorry. And with this one, I'm gonna go with a book that's, I suppose I can't really say defined me. I suppose, well, a lot of books defined me. This one didn't, but it helped me see stuff in different lights. Give me a moment. Just put that one there for a moment. And that's Dreadnought by April Daniels, or Nemesis Book One. So this is a book with a trans protagonist, and the trans issue is very much at the forefront. Uh, her dad, kicks her out when she comes out, or like when she refuses to stop being herself, her true self. And it's also superheroes, so that's a fun element to it. But it's also like very raw and like very like it touches on feminism, like feminism, and like intersectional feminism, and yeah, identity, stuff like that. And even though I can never understand truly, I'm not trans, uh, and even though still now I don't really understand like as well as I want to, as well as I want to understand more with the trans experience. But this one opened up to me to a whole nother level. Really, it's just like, oh, okay, that's how it is. So yeah, this one it's highly recommended. Definitely recommend it. And I've seen other people also read it that says it's good if you queer yourself as well, because it's just, yeah, it has lots of queer representation as well. And protagonist, the author, its own voices, so the author is also trans. So that's that. And check this one out. Then we have, what? Name three female authors, sorry, or characters that stood out for you. So I suppose I could just pick up books and show them to you. I'm just gonna name the authors, name the characters, and I'm gonna link some books. But here I decided to go with Harriet Manners from Geek Girl. I'm going with I'm just gonna name them all and then talk about them. I'm going with Alexa Terabotti. Alexa. In moments. Sure name. Alexia. Sorry, Gail. Listen, hi there. Oh, well, I suppose this is just a small mistake, but yeah. Alexia Terabotti and Sydney Sage. So Harriet Manners is from the series Geek Girl. She's very smart, and she has a big heart. She just loves to she wants everyone around her to be happy, and she's very caring. She makes a lot of mistakes, but she still tries. And honestly, I really love to see a character. I suppose maybe it's just me that haven't read the right books, but I really love seeing a character in YA that's smart and she's not ashamed of it. I feel like a lot of characters in YA, they're like, I suppose they might be smart, but they're not smart. Well, they're not defining. They're not like they're not really like they're not really based. Like they're not like Harriet's. The whole point of more or less a lot of her character is that she loves knowledge. She loves facts and learning stuff. And I don't really think there's that many books out there with that. Really, you have some books out there where the female character is resourceful and she's not dumb, but one that's smart in this way, I can't really say I've seen it really. And I really like the aspect with the character. And also, she's very, as I said, misunderstood. Well, sometimes misunderstood, sometimes misunderstands stuff, and it's so endearing. And yeah, I really like that. Even though she has hardships, she keeps on going, and she's relatable, and she's just so heartwarming and dear to me. And yeah, I definitely really relate to her a lot of ways. And yeah, then you have, I suppose, in a lot of the same ways, really, Sydney Sage from Vampire Academy and Bloodlines. Bloodlines is her series. Well, it's her series, and she gets introduced in Vampire Academy. So Sydney, I suppose, yeah, she uses her brain for the most part. She's not like very. She's not. She's her like superpower is her brain. She knows a lot of stuff. She learned stuff. So I suppose in the same way the Harriets, she knows a lot of stuff. But she's also very resourceful. She's resourceful. She's also very much a planner, and but she can also like hold her own in a fight. I mean, she can fight if she has to, and I really like that mix to it. Like, it's not just like the female girl who has to be strong and fight and sassy. No, Sydney, she's not that sassy, but she's smart, and she has plans, and she executes plans, and but she can also fight if she has to. And yeah, I really like that in her. Yeah, I really like it. I should definitely reread Bloodline soon, but yeah, that's just a little tangent. And yeah, and last one, Alexia Teraboti. So Alexia is just so, I love her, I love her, I love her. She's she's a character that's she has some stuff against her, and it's been hinted at that she was traumatized and maybe what's damage? Well, I suppose damage, maybe mistreated. Like, oh, what's the word I'm thinking about? Always forgetting words. But yeah, there's been hinted at that she was traumatized in a way, mistreated in her childhood by her mom. It's not been confirmed, and there's no flashbacks to it, but it's like, seems like in a way that probably what she probably was in some way. But she still has contact with her family in her later years. Well, some contact. After a while, she stopped contact with, because she just doesn't really relate to them. They don't really fit mix together. But yeah, Alexia, she's one of a kind. Well, one of a kind. She's one of very few people of her kind. I don't want to say what it is. Yeah, it's, you see it very quickly. It's in the word. She's soulless. She actually has no soul, and that actually means that she's practical in a lot of ways, and she also, when she touches a vampire or werewolf, they become human. So she's dangerous. Well, she's dangerous and kind of like a weapon in that way. But yeah, also Teraboti, she's Alexia. She's resourceful. She can also kick butts. Like, if she needs to, if she figures out, okay, this is something I don't know, I'm gonna learn. So I'm gonna learn more about it. I'm gonna teach myself more about it. So, like, she's very focused on, like, okay, I don't know this stuff, and in this situation I didn't know it. I need it, so I'm gonna learn it till the future. So next time I won't be so unprepared. And yeah, she really has a go-getter spirit, and she doesn't give up, and she loves tea, and yeah, I really like her. I really, really do. Then the next question is, worst copycat book you ever read? Because there's lots of different, like, sometimes Black Lives Matter gets diluted by these other movements that aren't really doing the right thing, and yeah, kind of gets diluted in a way. But yeah, worst copycat book I've ever read. I'm not sure I can, because I suppose in a way I'm kind of lucky in a way, because most of the time when I read a book that I don't like, most of the time I kind of just like delete it from my mind. So like, if people ask me like, what's a book you didn't like, I'm like thinking, I'm not sure. I suppose there's some books I remember, but most of the books, like, either the books that I thought were fine or neutral, I'm just kind of deleting from my mind. Like, I don't really remember reading them and stuff. And then there's others where, like, I suppose if I hated it, I might remember it. For the most part, I don't really stick thinking about them too much. Though I do think with this one, I'm kind of thinking that when I'm thinking about it, it's probably Half-Blood by Jennifer L. Armentrout. It's very similar to Vampire Academy, and I'm pretty sure Vampire Half-Blood came out afterwards. And yeah, it just kind of feels very copycat-ish. I mean, they're different authors and all that, but still, it feels a bit too similar, really, in a way. And yeah, I didn't really like Half-Blood. Can't really say I did. Sometimes I suppose you like different books on the same topic and theme and stuff, but I felt like this was too similar, and Half-Blood wasn't that well done, not in my mind. And yeah, sorry. And the last question is, a book you struggled with that was worth it in the end. Because Black Lives Matter, sometimes it's difficult to be an activist, you go to you have to talk to racist friends and family. You have to argue with them, hopefully, and try to get them to understand. You might go to protest, and in protest while protesting, you might get hazed and but they killed. I suppose you might get killed as well. So like there's lots of different consequences of being an activist and being part of the movement. But it's still important, and it's still worth it in the end. Really, very much worth it. The cost still was very much worth it. Sorry. And so with this one, I'm actually going with, and you might be surprised by this, and it's actually Vampire Academy. Yeah, even though it's one of my favorite books, favorite series now, it is highly is. When I first read it back in like 2010, 11, I remember like reading the first part of the book, and I felt like it was good. I mean, I didn't DNF it, but I suppose sort of actually one of the reasons I didn't actually DNF it was kind of like I didn't really have anything else to read at the moment. I felt like, and I think it had been like kind of expensive. I hadn't bought it on sale, so it's kind of been expensive. For like, okay, I should finish this book. So I just kept on reading and reading, and like every now and then I was like, oh, okay, interesting. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then, so like some places it was like, oh my god, stuff is happening. And then some stuff like was like, okay, what's going on here? I was a little confused, and yeah. But then by the end I was like, oh my god. And then actually when I bought the first one, I actually bought the second book in the same like purchase. So after I read the first one, I more or less started the second one after that. And then after the second one, like, okay, I definitely need a third one. And I remember reading the third one a few months after that, and I was just, after that, I was like, oh my god. Of course, if you have read Spiritbound, Spiritbound? No. If you have read Shadow Kiss, if you have read Shadow Kiss, you know what I'm talking about. It's just that ending. It packs a punch, and it's life changing, and whoa, yeah, definitely. And so actually in the beginning of this, my experience with this, it was kind of mixed, but in the end, it's definitely worth it. I read this whole series, love the whole series, read it several times, read the sequel, read the spin-off series, love the movie actually. Not a lot of people did that, but I really liked the movie. I got some friends from it, and this book series definitely changed my life. Definitely worth it. And then I suppose it's time to, because that's the end of the tag, so I suppose it's time to tag people. The bit of older tag, I checked out because I kind of was curious like how many people have done it already. It seems like it hadn't really been done that much, even though this tag was created 3 years ago actually. So I suppose like if you want to do it. But I also kind of want to tag, Alyssa Eli. I think she could have some fun questions, good answers to this one. And I know she pays attention, so she might see this and notice it. I also want to tag, you know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna tag Bookish North. Hey Elizabeth. She's a recent subscriber. I just found she's another Norwegian. And I thought, why not share the tag around Norway? Or like around Norway, to other Norwegians on BookTube. And then, except those two, I suppose I feel like I can't always do that, but you know what? Okay, I'm also gonna tag Amy from, I'm always forgetting her last name, but she's an author tuber / booktuber, and she also makes film stuff. Yeah, of course I'll link her down below. And and of course, as I said, still, if you see this and you want to do it. Feel free, you're tagged. You're it. But and also as I said, even though it's been weeks, I suppose also months ago since George Martin died, It's not issue that's over or done with. It's not concluded. Far from it. So keep on doing your little bits. Sign petitions. Buy buy from Black authors. You could watch videos on YouTube about Black experience. You could um, read book by Black authors, fiction and non-fiction. Read up on Black history, and even though in my like sometimes actually for me I felt like I read a lot in the beginning and then thought like, okay, this is all good and nice, but sometimes I feel like maybe it's very much American. So like, I mean, of course it's good to learn about this stuff that's important. I mean, in the US it's a big part of the world and stuff, but sometimes I feel like it's just too out there. It's too out there. It's like too distant for me. But you might think like, well, okay, so why should I read this as a Norwegian or as a Swede or maybe a French or maybe you're Canadian? I suppose Canadians are more important, but like if you're Chinese, well, there's actually African people who have been all over the world, the states, the world. So there's topics really like you can read about African Americans, African Americans, Africans in your place. Pretty damn sure that's some book that's related to where you live. There's, for example, the Black and British book, if you're British and you're watching this, or if you just want to learn about Black and British history. There's a book, actually several books about Norwegian slavery. I'll link, I'll link, I'll link, like a library page on the W, like what I found when I searched this thing. And then there's also Afro-European, which is the history of Africans in Europe. And I can't really put my finger on a book with Africans in Asia, but there probably is someplace. So Google it or ask your librarian, and you probably will find some book that's related to where you are. And or like if you're American and you want to learn about Africans in Europe, you can go with that as well. And yeah, so yeah, that's been my tag for today. I'll see you later. Bye bye.